This Mavericks back defensively. Davis takes it to the hoop, and the Warriors get their first basket. And Barnes into the game for Golden State. Here is Harrington inside, and he gets again Golden State. Here is Jackson inside, getting the Johnson wanted to make. Feed inside, and Michael Petrus
to the middle of the floor. He can see who's coming at him from both sides rather than getting blindsided from the backside.
Ties
playing a real deep rotation here, so they once in a while will give up a lob by Dallas after they turn it over.
Here is Beatrice, 67 and 15 regular year, and a great block by 5 rebounds, 4 off the offensive glass. Baron Davis with a fall away, 60 to 55. Here's Matt Barnes feeding Jackson with the layup. 3 on the shot clock. Here's Stackhouse against Jason Richardson, blocked by Matt Barnes. Approach 3 minutes to go in this third quarter, and there is Baron Davis for 3, and he hits.
Anytime he makes a move, the next defender's coming.
And here's Baron Davis feeding the corner. Jason Richardson lays it in. To this point, the waning moments of the third. Baron Davis with a 3. Etched on the face of the Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, and another 3 by Baron Davis. 26 points.
16 minutes at the end of 3 quarters, and they are very, very productive minutes.
Steven Jackson with a 3. Baron Davis, another big offensive rebound. And Richardson getting it back for the basket. A lot of anxiety going on here at the American Airlines Center, and the 24-second clock expires, so the Warriors, helter-skelter style, confusing style. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Steven Jackson with a 3. A huge 3, and right now Mark Cuban is enraged, and a timeout called by the Dallas Mavericks. They had 1 full and 1:20 left, and now they only have 1 timeout left. Can they hold on? That's the question. But a big steal here by Harris. And a block made. Harris, block made by Jason Richardson. And the ball goes back to Golden State, and Barnes hits from the corner.
As far as the judgment for an official, the block was clearly a clean block. But after the block, then the bodies collide. The defender lands on top of the offensive player, drives him into the stanchion, and that's where the injury takes place. No foul is called because on the block shot, there was no contact. And it's a very difficult call. Tough to define this. Clean block, follow through, crashes into him, and now they land in the stanchion. Here we go from a different angle. You'll see Richardson get up, gets it before it gets to the glass, but then there's the follow through. That, I think, is what Avery Johnson is saying is clearly a foul.
41 seconds remaining. Here's Baron Davis hitting the jumper, and all of this becomes a dagger as Baron Davis now with 30 points. American Airlines Center. Baron Davis for 3, hitting another 3. And Don Nelson coming back, and Mark Cuban having to bear the brunt, as the Mavericks and their fans are, as the Golden State Warriors emphatically will come away with a victory in game number 1 of this best of 7. The Western Conference leaders, 97 to 85. An incredible, stunning victory. Golden State led by 3 with 5.5 minutes to go, and then they went on their 15-6 run. And
shocked the world by picking up a 2nd straight win in Game 2 of their series against the Western Conference champions, the reigning Western Conference champions, Dallas Mavericks. Here, though, Jason Terry says no part of that at all. 13-2 run for the home club. Dallas up 46-40. Now Steven Jackson, a little spinorama going there. He had 30 points in the game, but Dallas led by 2 at the break, 54-52. In the third, Devin Harris comes up with the loose ball over to Josh Howard, and Josh Howard says, I will finish it all by myself there. He had 22 points and 11 boards in the game. Dallas up by 6, 66-60. Then Ghana Diop gets it to his main man, Dirk Nowitzki, falling down. 15-4 run for the home club. They're up 73-64. Baron Davis called for a foul on Jerry Stackhouse, doesn't like the call, and he already has a technical in his back pocket, so he starts clapping his hands there. Technical number 2, he has to go bye-bye now. Dallas up 87-74 after 3 quarters. In the final stanza, Jason Terry on the move, coast to coast. Jets on the runway and taking off. 28 points for him. Dallas up 104-90. And then Steven Jackson picks up his second technical of the contest. He has the lead. He has a little something to say on the way out. The Mavericks come up big, 112-99 winners to improve to 8-1, 7-1 in their last playoff game 2s. But most important,
Dirk Nowitzki's rhythm.
He's averaging 12 rebounds a game. Nice backdoor. Ellis gets inside. Tipped in by Richardson.
That was almost the Don Nelson shot from the '69 championship with the Celtics. Beatrice. Jay Ford very fast. This guy Monte Ellis can get it done.
Richardson. The extra pass. Richardson hits a three.
Three-point shooting just awful for the Dallas Mavericks.
Richardson knocks down another. Jackson again. They'll look to push and score even on makes. Jackson gets inside and flips it in. Baron Davis gets inside. Can't finish, however. Harrington right there. That's a way to help. Oh, they call a foul as well. Baron Davis gets inside. Oh, shot and a foul. Baron Davis with a chance for a three-point play.
Draws the contact, puts the English on it.
He tricked him. Dirk thought he was going left. He came right back and snuck it by him. And that's what the great offensive attackers do. Hot hand here. He let Jason Richardson go cold at the end of the first half. Baron Davis early on.
For the Mavericks. Mike. Beatrice running the floor. Andres Beatrice at 6'11".
Beatrice in transition. The ability to run the floor. The nice hands. The emphatic throwdown. They space the floor so well. This whole concept of being above the rim with the one big guy, you know you're really playing when you're busting guys who are bigger.
Richardson up, under, count it, and a foul.
Don't take him out. It's a 48-minute game. He's a very young guy, Mike. Hasn't played at a game of this magnitude since 2001, playing in the NCAA.
He's been struggling from downtown. Davis to the basket. He goes to the hoop.
Drop that shot all he wants.
Inside, Ellis.
Became a legend.
Drives to the basket. Inside. He is unstoppable going to the basket. Harris does a good job staying with him, but draws the foul. Count it. Yep. Continuation. Devin Harris yelling, and he gets hit with a technical foul. Those two with a special relationship. Beatrice comes out of nowhere with the block shot.
Don Nelson just 18 days away from his 67th birthday.
Jackson.
If they don't come back to win this game, something positive has got to happen.
Second half. Blowing out the Dallas Mavericks. Final seconds here in Oakland. There's been standing ovation after standing ovation. And the Warriors now lead it 2-1.
Here's a good pass from Davis around the Beatrice.
Use that to your advantage.
Barnes gets his own rebound. Batted out by Howard. And a tough basket by Jason. And it looked like the Mavericks rushed that time. One of the few times they have rushed a shot up there and making him pay.
They're going to counteract all this emotion by the Dallas Mavericks is get out on the break and try and get some easy ones.
In, shooting over Ellis and converting. So Devin Harris now with 5 points. So here are the Dallas Mavericks shooting 52% of the field, but a 6-point lead over Golden State. Richardson challenging Nowitzki. And they followed by Beatrice. Terry, Nowitzki with a fake inside the line and a great pass inside and the missed layup by Buckner. And here comes the break. Barnes for 3. Considering they were down by 9, here is Baron Davis. It counts! A 3! Baron Davis with a 3! think does this crowd trailing most of the way in the first half? Every game. Feed inside to Biendrich with a turnaround. Fighting for the offensive rebound, and he gets it. Great hustle there. Richardson for three.
The ball at its best right here.
1 against 8, and the ball knocked away by Davis. And here is Davis putting it in. Baron Davis with the basket. We're down by 9 on several occasions, but they keep coming. Here's Harrington feeding Petras. The Mavericks pace and a half-court style with 3.5 gone by here in the final quarter. And Jackson and Dusty Baker, former manager of the Giants and Chicago Cubs.
Well, it's funny because Jessica Alba's boyfriend, Cash Warren, who's sitting next to her, was a teammate of Baron Davis at Crossroads High School. So coming up here for support for Baron.
Three-pointer by Jason Richardson with the offensive rebound. Not this time. 4-point game. Baron Davis in the corner. Here's Jackson for 3. He's got it. Still have 1 foul to give. Howard going up, and the loose ball, Richardson, into the hands of Baron Davis. Nowitzki is back, challenges Nowitzki, and Baron...
Come on, take care of the basketball. You don't need silly turnovers in a junction like this.
And you're a UCLA brother, too. Let's face it. 2 minutes remaining. Biendrich and a foul. Great feed, great pass to Andres Biendrich. And the 4-point Warrior lead as we approach a minute remaining. Mavericks have turned it over 5 times here in the fourth.
A 1-4 for Baron Davis to go one-on-one, get into the lane.
Here's Davis. And the lead is 6. And remember, Dallas has only 1 timeout remaining. Under a minute to go. Nowitzki with the air ball. 10 on the shot clock. Nearly a half a minute remaining. 3-point lead. Jackson in the corner. This is Barnes. Matt Barnes with another 3. And the Mavericks are going to come. And it's a 3-point game. And 102-99.
No timeouts hurt the Mavs.
They need a 3. That's it. Stolen by Petras. The Warriors will win it. 0.2 of a second on the clock. There's a foul.
This particular contest, Dirk Nowitzki questioned by his coach. Coach was angered by his comments that Dirk said he'd been frustrated by the Warriors. Well, early on, it was the Warriors who were frustrated because the Mavericks just scoring. Great pass from Devin Harris to Dirk Nowitzki, and then an 18-point lead for the home club, and that's Austin Crozier, part of a 15-4 run to start the second quarter there. Warriors fighting back now. Monte Ellis to Michael Petras for the jam, and then Petras is going to get it back to Steven Jackson. Warriors in the first half on an 18-5 run, and they only trailed by 7 at the break, 62-55. And then second half, here goes the Baron, Frank.
He was incredible in this game until he fouled out, but I'll tell you what, he has been the best player in this series. He's playing like a star.
Meanwhile, Devin Harris with the quickness over to Jerry Stackhouse. Yeah, big heart. Dallas up 3 after 3 quarters, 90-87. Fourth quarter, look at the Warriors. Down by 1. Baron gets it to Matt Barnes. Huge jam. Mark Cuban perplexed. Barnes at 16 points in the game. Warriors up by 1. Harris strong to the rim. Now it's a 1-point lead for the Mavericks, 99-98. Baron pushing it up court, lobs at Jay Rich. Oh, man, it's so much fun watching these guys play, unless you're a diehard Mavericks fan. Now Devin Harris almost gets the steal, but Baron picks up the loose ball. Nice fall away. 112-103. They're up by 9. All right, 3 minutes to go. And here comes the MVP candidate, Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk then on the defensive end, Frank.
This was huge, the block. And how many times do you see it? After the block, there's Dirk. They leave him open, pump fake, and drains it. Back-to-back threes for Dirk Nowitzki to get Dallas back in the game.
All right, Devin Harris takes it strong to the hole right here, and 1. But he missed the free throw. Golden State's up by 1, 112-111. Now Mavericks up by 1, and, well, 3-pointer for Jay Rich, not going to happen. All right, then after Josh Howard hits the first free throw, the second one is not good there. All right, so we got a 2-point lead for the Mavericks because the Warriors knocked the ball out of bounds between, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. And Avery says, ooh, We live to play another day. We force game number 6 at Oracle Arena on Thursday night.
1994. Jackson for 3.
Oh, this situation does not faze him.
The steal by Davis. Richardson. Come on the last couple of games. He's 0 for 6 back in game 1.
By getting to the foul line, and you can see now he's got a little rhythm.
Beautiful lead pass. Contributor the other night with 11 points, 5. Davis, played by Howard, takes the shot and scores. And Ellis at the guards. There's Davis, a quick shot. What a release. And at 46 with a half minute left in the. Oh, Davis with a leader. He thought he was being.
It's because they keep coming up with crazy plays like this one just to stay in the game. Davis off 1 foot.
Oh, beautiful pass. Jackson scored 11 of the last 12 points in the second quarter for Golden State.
Ball, and they leave Jackson open for a wide open 3.
Jackson from straight away for 3. Yes.
Baron Davis, same way. Another 3 from Jackson.
Now that is a new playoff career high. Barnes runs the floor. Leaves it for Jackson, who fires. Yes! Timeout, Dallas. Here's Crozier getting inside, and he is stopped. Remaining in the third, Davis able to penetrate. Baron Davis.
Back to the zone, they immediately trap Davis.
Here's Barnes. Oh, a facial over Nowitzki.
At the end of game 5, they went at Davis with a trap, but this is not what Golden State did. They settled the man you want shooting from 3-point range.
Here's Davis going glass.
He's gotten a taste of the series.
Here's Petrus to the rim.
Tonight are going to say the same thing.
Oh, what a pass from Barnes. Jackson scores.
Third opportunities.
Jackson makes the turn. Yes, and the foul. Oh, beautiful one bounce pass for Richardson. Petrus on target. Richardson with the steal. And the onslaught continues. Richardson sets his feet for 3. Yes! With 1 on the shot clock, Richardson again for 3. Substitutions now. Warriors empty the bench. Baron Davis over to hug Ronnie Lott.
Why not? Why not? And while we're talking about the Warriors, we got to look ahead because they may not be done. So they're going to face the winner of Utah and Houston. As you see Nelly and Baron sharing a laugh.
Pulled off the greatest upset in the history of the NBA playoffs. They have defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 6 as the confetti comes from above. 111-86, the final score. And now the Warriors can wait for the winner between Houston and Utah. That will be decided.
A piece of NBA history.